of course we would like to have it. Yes, yes. Tell me what to do. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes. Come in front. Lots of places. Right here. One place is there. So please come. So people who come later can take their seat quicker, okay? Yeah. Don't worry, even if you sit in front, you can fall asleep, no problem.
Hari Om. Sadashiva Samaranva Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara. Welcome Swaminiji and fellow Mumukshus. Swaminiji is not new to us. She is consistently coming here and giving us tips and guidance. I still remember how she explained about Apasmara in the feet of Lord Dakshinamurti as a symbol of all our insecurities and how we must keep them under control. She talks about Ishwarizing all our pains. She talks about divinizing our difficulties and praying out all our fears. So here we are, Swaminiji. So using all these tips to control our Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Macharya. And we have more Ishvara in our lives, more Shama, Dama, Uparama, Shraddha, Titiksha and Samadhana. From here, where do we go now? Atma Vichara and Pramana Vichara. Swaminiji will take us through it like a breeze, like she usually does. And we will not be missing on all the cruises and beaches this weekend because we are going to be cruising with her. Thank you, Swaminiji. We'll start with.
What do you want? Lighting the lamp. There is room in the front also.
it's already recording? No? Okay. Now it is recording. Why am I signed in twice? So we should just I don't know who is this. So because multiple people signed as me, it will cause problems. Yeah. This one is okay. Now we are recording. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ukarasvandhakaro Vai Ukarasvandhakaro Vai Rukarastannivartakaha Rukarastannivartakaha Andhakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Bhidhiyate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaskars to all. It is a pleasure and delight to be here again. And I understand Swami M was there last weekend, and I am very happy to see you all and glad that you are not Swami'd out. So many Swamis, so little time happens, you know. But this is the prasada of Vedanta and also Vijayji's teachings, and that has inspired everybody to, with a certain tenacity that this pursuit requires. That is what it requires. Because everybody, each and every person in the world is a mumukshu. What is a mumukshu? What kind of shoe is it? A mumukshu is one who wants to be free. Not just people, not just all of you sitting here, not just all of us in this hall is a mumukshu. Everybody in the universe is a mumukshu. You ask anybody and what are they doing? They are wanting freedom from something or the other. Somebody wants to sell a car. Why? Because In that person's mind it is bekar. Okay? Meaning it is not useful. And another person is desperate to buy a car. I want freedom from walking, says the second person. I want freedom from this car, says the first person. Bhagavan's job is easy. Just make the two meet. Finished. And then the person who has children can't wait. There is a countdown. When are they going to leave? When are they going to leave? Are they there yet? Are they there yet? Are they there yet? Are they making... here's a place for you. Come. Yeah. So, are they there yet? When are they going to leave? How can I give them away to somebody else? Where are all the aunties and uncles that are, so prevalent in India? Where are they here? Who can I farm them out to? Who can I outsource the children to? And then the people who don't have children want to have freedom from childlessness. Lot of things are like this. Everybody is seeking freedom from something. And sometimes it is opposite. Oppositional things are there that one is seeking freedom towards and from. There are two seats right in front here. Move this side please so that people who come. Yeah, move one more. So this is the situation, this is the difficulty. Everybody is a mumukshu, wants freedom from something or the other, all the time. Want to be free, want to be free, want to be free. So, what is so special about us in this room versus them outside this room? To that we will say that even though everybody is seeking freedom, very few know the truth about what this seeking means and what this freedom means. When one seeks freedom, then what happens? One is desperately in two tracks. What are the tracks? One track is called pravritti. Half the time the person believes that I can be free if I gain this, that or the other. If I gain this, I can be free. Sometimes I feel if I lose this, then I can be free. This is called nivritti-based pursuits, pravritti-based pursuits. Pravritti running towards, nivritti running away from. So what category do the people in this room belong? Are we running towards or are we running away from? Show me one sign of life at least. Are we running towards something? Are we running away from something? Actually, yes to both. Yeah. And then no to both also. This is Vedanta. It's full of paradoxes. This is why we need Pramana Vichara. What that is, we will see very quickly. Soon we will see that. So are we running towards something? Everybody nodded their head. Yes. And what is that something? Moksha. Everybody else? Moksha. They are running towards. I am running towards moksha. What am I running away from? Samsara. What am I running away from? Ignorance, which is the cause of samsara. This is what I am running away from. This is what I am running towards. You can say that. But if you want to be popular at potlucks and parties, you can say, I am neither into pravritti, meaning what? Running towards something, nor into nivritti, running away from something. That's why I am sitting in this hall perfectly still. Yes. Why? Am I not running towards moksha? No. What? You just said you agreed with me. I said from one standpoint, I agreed with you. But you're not really running towards anything at all, because what is moksha? It's you. Moksha is you. Moksha is the is the discovery that I am a non-demanding, approving, objective, appreciative, contented and compassionate person. That is moksha. And where is this moksha? You can't look up, you can't look down, you can't look this side, that side. Where is this moksha? Right here. It is centered on the very person who apparently sports the completely opposite characteristics. What are they? Demanding, needy, unappreciative, angry, uncompassionate, unaccommodative, unkind, complaining person. Centered on this very person is that other person. Where is this other person? Who is this other person? This is what has to be discovered. So we are going to do a little tour, a guided tour. Just like when you get on the bus, you have a guided tour. And here the guided tour is of what? The Upanishads. Guided tour of the Upanishads. This is what we are going to do. Because this two-ness, the two-ness binds and the oneness releases. The two-ness is equal to bondage, oneness is equal to freedom. And what is this two-ness? The two-ness is everywhere. Two-ness, why? Multiplicity. There is all kinds of different things. Multiplicity of things are there. Multiplicity of things that divide me from that oneness, which I desperately seek. Oneness, Brahman. That which is the truth of everything, the source of everything, Brahman. How many Brahmans are there? Last we checked? One. Not only one, non-dually one. Ekameva advitiyam. Non-dually one. You cannot say one, because then if you say one Brahman, I will say show me half Brahman. And in fact people do this. They divide Brahman into 4 quarters. 1 quarter waker, 1 quarter sleeper, like this. It's not to be quartered. There is no quarter. Except if you are talking of currency. Yeah. Change. Quarter. No, here there is no quarter. Because it is the whole. And this wholeness is what I seek, and this wholeness is what I am. This seeming contradiction. So the wholeness is not experienced at all, one can say, except in sleep. And I'm going to add something here, something I always add. In sleep you experience wholeness, whether the sleep comes at home or in Vedanta class. It is experienced as oneness. So this is what we have to see, that this oneness that is experienced in sleep, which leaves me rejuvenated and which leaves me happy, which leaves me feeling whole, which leaves me feeling fulfilled. What happens to it after I wake up? Along with me, duality stretches, demands a cup of coffee. Why? So that it can beat me up. I'm beaten by duality in the waking hours. And therefore, I am alienated from, there are 4 kinds of alienations that I experience. Alienated from Ishvara. Alienated from the source of the universe, Brahman, Ishvara. Only kind of Brahman we know is Ishvara. Because we live in a manifest universe. God. Alienated from Brahman, God. Alienated from what else? Alienated from other jivas. This is a big thing. You don't understand me, you misunderstand me, you don't care for me, you don't love me. This is a big chip on, not one, but both the shoulders. Every married person knows this. And then I was at the ashram in Grass Valley, and that's where I came, and that's where I'm coming from. And then there we heard a talk by one Vastu expert. She knew everything about Vastu, where the house should face, where you should face, where what should face, where your face should face, everything she knew. And her husband was also there. And the husband, she introduced her husband as a Vastu widower. She said, meet my husband who defines himself as what? Vastu widower. Even though she is very much alive, she is married to Vastu. Dead to him, married to Vastu. So therefore these are all the complaints. Because it's like every time the spouse is never available or too much available or not available in the correct way. And same thing we can multiply with siblings, friends, acquaintances. Everywhere there is a lack. And then that's the second kind of alienation. The third kind of alienation is from the Jagat. Jagat means starting with my own body, mind, sense complex, this vast manifest universe of names and forms. This is the Jagat. How connected are we? Not at all. Barely we are connected to our body. If, like sometimes you have these dolls that you can take off the head, you can take off the hands, the legs. If Bhagavan had made our hands and legs like that, we would have left them somewhere. Yes. By now. We would be texting each other, have you seen my hand? Did I leave my leg behind? That was my last leg. So, I am on my last leg. Where is my other leg? This is how disconnected we are from the body. We don't even know, working like automatic, robots. And then we are worried, we are going to be replaced by AI. You are also pretending like you are AI. At this rate, the replacement will not be too hard, okay? So, here is the situation. This is the third kind of alienation from the Jagat. We don't know where our food comes from. We'd rather not know. If you ask a child, where does your food come from? It will say Costco. That's what it will say. In order to get the discount, you buy enough to last you 3 janmas, 3 lifetimes. Yes. Then you justify the discount. For 3 lifetimes you purchase and keep. Any cupboard you open, everything falls on your head only. Abhisheka of toilet paper and everything. That's what we think. There is no connection. There is no connection to the plants, to the trees. Yes, we need a few in the backyard and we just have that and we prune it to look like a poodle and then that's it. Yeah. We don't know, we have no idea how our actions are impacting the environment. We don't know how the environment is then going to impact us. All we know is to complain. Too hot, too hot, too hot. California, heat wave, heat wave, heat wave, heat wave. Yes, the heat is waving and will continue to wave. This is all a wake-up call to take notice. At least this way we are in touch with the bodies. We notice that they are sweating. We notice that we need something else. At least this is a beginning. We don't have any clue about the synergy between the individual and the Jagat. How we walk, how we talk, how we create a certain kinds of connections, disconnections. How our actions, even our intentions, impact the universe. We have no clue. Alienation, disconnection. Then finally, what is the fourth kind of alienation? Yeah. Let's go from the beginning. What is the first kind? Ishvara, Brahman. What is the second kind? From other jivas. What is the third kind? From the Jagat. What else is left? This is called Parishesha Nyaya. The logic of residues. From myself. I don't know what I feel, I don't know what I think, and many times one doesn't know the difference between a thought and a feeling. Then the person goes to the therapist and says, I think, and they say, no, this is a feeling. And then they say, I feel, no, this is a thought. Ourselves we are confused. What's a thought? What's a feeling? Not very appealing. But nonetheless, this is where we are at. And then, given this scheme of things, and given this fourfold alienation, we are wanting to what? We are wanting to be successful. How? How are you going to be successful if you know not what you want? How are you going to be successful if you don't understand the purpose of life? How are we going to be successful if we don't know how to relate to ourselves, much less to others? But still, this is the final total disconnection from oneself. And all the actions that ensue, both in the form of pravritti and in the form of nivritti, come from this fourfold alienation. Therefore, we have to look into this alienation. The antidote to this alienation is inquiry. Because the alienation is the byproduct, a toxic byproduct of Atma Ajnanam. Atma Ajnanam, what is Atma Ajnanam? Self-ignorance. Self-ignorance, Atma Ajnanam. Just like when you have factories, then they will have a pipe leading to the river. And then some water will be flowing. It will look clean, but it will be full of toxic effluents. Here also, the Ajnanam is not a problem. The Ajnanam is not a problem in the dog, in the cat. No problem. Dog doesn't know, I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. It doesn't know. But it is happier than everybody here. Definitely. Very, very happy the dog is. As long as it's not abused, it's very, very happy. Somebody came once to Swami Viditatmanandaji, and said, Swamiji, you said dog is very happy. My dog is depressed. My dog is not happy. I have seen the pet psychic I have seen the pet therapist. My dog is very depressed. Swami, we looked at him kindly and said, I have just one question. How long has he been with you? Sahavasa dosha, this is called living with this person, suffering from fourfold alienation. The dog also has picked up, sometimes the dog picks up the expressions. And in fact, there is one contest. I think here in California only there is a contest of look-alike dog and owner contest. Yes. And then I did a little bit of research into this. And how is this possible? And it was really possible. They all looked like, and then the owner also went like this, and the dog also went like this, and they had the same expressions and everything. And then after doing a little bit of research, I found that the dog in every situation had been with the owner for a number of years. There's a certain kind of mimicking that is happening. That not that they look alike. No, there's a mimicking that is happening in expression and everything. So if the owner is looking depressed, the dog also is mimicking that, I suppose. That's what happens with married couples also. If you're married for a long time, people say you'll start to look like each other. You don't look like each other. It's the same mannerisms, and each one becomes a mirror to the other, and one starts to develop similar mannerisms. So here, Ajnanam does not cause sorrow, Ajnanam does not cause alienation, Ajnanam does not cause strife. What is it that causes strife? Anyatha Jnanam. This is from the Mandukya Upanishad. Ajnanam has a byproduct. What is the byproduct? The byproduct is misapprehension of myself. That is the byproduct of Atma Ajnana. Ignorance cannot cause problem, but the ignorance only in the human being, because of the presence of free will and because one is totally self-aware. Total self-awareness leads to, is a gift and a challenge. The gift is that it leads me to Vedanta. I can choose to study, I can choose to be, this is fantastic, this is wonderful. And what is the challenge? The challenge is that I overthink and I come to certain wrong conclusions. I don't know myself. Therefore what? I must be an idiot. Pujya Swamiji used to say, please do this experiment. He did this experiment once. He went to a room full of men and said, Rama. Half the people looked up. Because Rama is a common name in India. There in the ashram we met one Ram Das, and then Ram Prasad, and then what else? Ramakrishna. So many things. Sita Rama, Raja Rama, so many Ramas are there. Shapad Rama, Food Rama, Foodie Rama, so many Ramas are there. Half the people looked up, yes, you're calling me? And then half an hour went by, Swamiji went to the room again and said, Krishna. The other half the people looked up because Krishna is again a very, very common name. Krishna Prasad, Krishna Murti, Krishna Das, so many names will be there. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Then, half an hour later, he went and said, Murkha, donkey. Everybody looked up. Yeah. I think I'm an idiot, and the word idiot I'm familiar with even more than my own name. I answer to the word, you are not good enough. I answer to the calls. What is the call? Donkey, monkey, idiot, fool, Dumbo. This is what I answer to the call, because why? My feeling is, I'm not okay. The Mandukya Upanishad talks about this and says this is Anyatha Jnana, very brilliant. The karika is very brilliant. It is not ajnanam. That is the cause of sorrow, because then every dog, every cat, every centipede should be crying. But why only we are crying? We are crying because we have anyatha jnanam. Anyatha jnanam means seeing myself as what I am not. Why? Because I can, because I have free will. This is what I do when I have free will. So, this is why it's extremely important to understand this remedy for anyatha jnanam. And the remedy for anyatha jnanam is inquiry into the nature of oneself. And the word for inquiry is vichara, from the root verb which means sifting. Vichara, the sifting. Sifting also means discrimination. So what kind of inquiry? It's not an empty, directionless inquiry. It's a sifting, discriminative inquiry. Into what? Into I? Okay, let's do self-inquiry. If you sit down on a rock and do self-inquiry, what will happen? You will get sadder and sadder and sadder and sadder. That's what will happen. All the omissions will come. Why didn't I do this? I should have done this. I should have known better. Why didn't I do this? What is wrong with me? Then, the other half the time, why did they do this to me? This is what the inquiry is quickly going to do. Why did they do this to me? Why did they not do this to me? How can this person call themselves my BFF? What is BFF? Best friend. Forever. And not give me a present. Not even remember my birthday. Oh, but I thought you were a Vedantin. You're letting go of birthdays and all this. No, that is only in the class. In class I am Vedant in. Out of class I am what? Vedant out. Yeah, that's what I am. And so, doesn't matter if I am a Vedantin, you are also a Vedantin, you should know. I need to be acknowledged on my birthday, I need to be sung to, I need balloons. Why do you need balloons? You are 52 years old. Why do you need balloons? When I was 2, my sibling broke my balloon. Popped my balloon, that is why I need balloons. This is anyatha jnanam. Somewhere there is a disconnection. And so the inquiry cannot be just sitting on a rock and thinking myself to be Brahman. It doesn't work. It does not work at all. It has to be an aided inquiry. That's what I said, we are going on a guided tour. Because if you go by yourself, what will happen? You will get lost. In the land of the Upanishads, where you do not speak the language, Sanskritam. In a foreign country where you don't speak the language, you can't read the road signs, and you are exactly like that. Oh, but I know Sanskrit, I can do this. I will do this by myself. In fact, that is a thought that starts at 2 years old. The child fights with its mother. I am going to tie my own shoes. It doesn't even know how to say shoes. It says choose. I'm going to tie my own shoes. It is stuttering. It is talking goo goo gaga baby talk. But still it wants to do everything by itself. And when the mother tries to reason and say, no, you are too small, you can't do this. No, I can do this. And so first it has to try, it has to get frustrated, and then it has to cry, and then come back to the mother and the father, okay, I can't do this. This is exactly how the jiva is. It is DIY. What is DIY?
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself. Do it yourself. There's a whole section in the bookshop also. Do it yourself. That's why everybody likes to go to IKEA. Do it yourself. Even if after what you have done yourself looks like a, upside down table. Doesn't matter. I have done it myself. Do it yourself is very addictive. And especially if you are living in the Western countries, you don't need ever any help from anybody. You pride in the fact that you are a self-made person and everything you are doing it yourself. The Shastra says this is not the kind of vichara you need. It's not DIY vichara. It's not do it yourself. Even if you know Sanskrit, Adi Shankara warns us about this. What does he say? Shastrajñobhi swatantriyena brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Even if you know Sanskrit, do not delve into the teachings on your own. Why? Because you are not on your own. That's why. You have company. Oh, I have company. I thought I was all alone and alienated and disenchanted and disempowered. Yes, but you have company in the form of all kinds of things in the head. Notions in the head provide company and they start to co-write the Upanishad. Co-author the Upanishad, first of all, doesn't have an author. But I become the correcting person. No, that must be wrong. Tattvamasi, not me, somebody else. Okay, next. Aham Brahmasmi, next Mahavakya. Not me, next. And that's how, this is how people come. Sometimes people come to me and say, I have studied Kathopanishad. Okay, I have studied, I have read. No, they don't say I have studied. I have read Kathopanishad, I have read Kenopanishad, I have read Umundakopanishad, I have read Mandukya Upanishad, I have read Taittiriya Upanishad, I have read this Upanishad, that Upanishad, every Upanishad. Okay, what's your point? Nothing has happened. So that means the Upanishad does not work. This is the wrong conclusion. Nothing has happened. So there is no apne up, do it yourself, knowledge doesn't exist. And sometimes there are the self-proclaimed God women, God men, especially in India, where they proliferate. Actually now they have crossed boundaries. Everywhere we have them. And my teacher always used to say to me, if somebody comes to you and says, I got this knowledge all by myself. What do you tell them? Please keep it to yourself and enjoy the knowledge. Do not give it to me. I don't want this. I want that which is ancient, that which has been taught. And the way in which it has been taught, I have to understand. This is what is called vichara. Kasya vichara? Vichara of what? Pramanasya vichara. Pramana vichara. The vichara of pramana. What is this pramana? Ma means knowledge. Knowledge. And then when you add pra to ma, it becomes well ascertained and well assimilated knowledge. Well ascertained knowledge, well assimilated knowledge. And then you make it into an abstract noun by adding lut, anam, the suffix anam, pramanam, pramana. And what is pramana? Pramayaha karanam pramanam. That which is a means of knowledge is called pramana. This is what it is. Everything I know in the universe needs a means of knowledge. If I have to see something, what do I use? Eyes. If the eyes are not working, I can't say the eyes are not working, so I am going to look at this case with the help of my ears. It doesn't work. So each means of knowing is a king in its own area. Since all of you have studied for some time, this part we can go over quickly. Just a very quick revision. Each pramana is a king in its own area. What the eyes do, the ears cannot do. What the nose does, the tongue cannot do. What the sense of touch does, nothing else can do. This is what is pramana. And we say that the pramanas that are available to all human beings are 5 in number. And all the direct means of knowing are called pratyaksha. 5 sense organs, direct means of knowing. What else is there next? Next, inference, which is an indirect way of knowing. I wake up and then what? All the roads are wet. What do I say? Somebody took a hose pipe and watered all the roads. It must have rained. Did I see the rain? No. It's an inference. I see smoke coming out of the mountain. Alas, in summer in California, this is a difficulty. What do I conclude? Fire. Wherever there is smoke, there is what? Fire. Not the other way around. Wherever there is fire, there need not be smoke. But the opposite is true. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. So I see the smoke, I don't see the fire, but the inference is there. This is called anumana, single step inference. But this is not the only way of knowing, we have one more inference, multi-step inference, in which the parents of all teenagers are experts in. Where were you? I was studying in my friend's house. You were not in your friend's house, I called that friend. Where were you? Oh, yeah, then we got tired of studying, then we went to just to get something to drink, something to eat. Who did you go with? Well, so and so and so and so. You were not with any of them because they were all at home. What were you doing? This is multi-step inference. Therefore, you must have been out with X, the fellow we told you never to talk to ever again. Multi-step inference. This is called arthapatti. Every parent knows how to do this. Yes, expert in this. Arthapatti. We also have a stock example. What is the stock example? Devadatta does not eat during the day. After 1 month, Devadatta is put on the weighing scale. He has not even lost 1 ounce. What do we conclude? He must be eating at night when he is not watched. This is multi-step inference. Because there are 2 steps. He does not eat during the day and then he is weighed at the end of 1 month and then he has not lost a single ounce. That means he must be eating at night. Arthapatti. So we have pratyaksha, anumana, arthapatti, and then we have upamana, upama for short. Upama, not what you have for breakfast, okay? That's not what we are talking about. Upama, comparison. This is another way of knowing. You take a known entity and an unknown entity and you draw some similarities. The cheetal is a deer with black and white spots. Now we know deer. Now we know when we see the cheetal, it will become very dear to us because it's very cute. Yes, we will recognize it. So, or we can say the bison is like a bull but much bigger, more scary. So like this is one more means of knowledge, upama. Then finally we have, as human beings, Even dogs and cats use some basic inference and all that, but this is from the standpoint of the human being. So we have the final one, which is a very interesting one, the cognition of absence. Is there a pot in the palm of my hand? No. Why?
Because I can't see it.
I can't see it. It is the seeing is pratyaksha. But it's like when I say the word pot, you know pot. The pot thought has taken place in the mind. The pot thought has taken place in the mind, and that pot thought, the pot which I see in the mind, is not there in the hand. Cognition of absence. This is, mind you, since we are not Buddhists, the cognition of relative absence. Because there is no permanent and universal absence. You cannot say the truth of this whole world is zero, shunya. Because that will make you instantly depressed. At least at home I thought I was a hero. Now I am totally zero. That's a recipe for depression. So we don't say, because if you say everything is non-existent, who is saying that? Me. Are you existent or not? Can I tell you after the break? Nobody says that. Are you existent?
Yes.
Yes. That's why whenever I come here, I have kept on asking one question. What is that question? Are you here? Are you here? Yes. There is no doubt about that. If you negate everything, the negator is left behind. And so there is no absolute absence, there is only relative absence. So the cognition of absence, the pramana called the cognition of absence, has to answer two questions. What is absent? And where it is absent from? The locus of absence. And then the object that is absent. Like supposing I have lost my glasses, the glasses are not in this room, I can say. Then that must be what? They must be in some other room, some other place. Or they must be sitting on my head. Where are my glasses? That's also possible. So therefore, the cognition of absence here is the final pramana that the human being operates in order to interact with the jagat, with other jivas, etc. This is the pramana. These are the pramanas. Which one are you going to do? To use to know the Atma? Which one? None of the above. Can you see the Atma? Yattadadreshyam, agrahyam, avarnam, agotram, apanipadam. You cannot see the Atma, it cannot be seen. It's not an object of sight, neither does it have eyes. It is not seeing you, you are not seeing it. It simply is you. That's what we have to understand, it is you. And so, this is what, and it cannot hear, it doesn't have ears, it doesn't have hands, it doesn't have legs. Yet it is all knowledge. All knowledge without a head is truly all knowledge. Because the head becomes the delimiting factor of how much knowledge and information can be stored. So this Atma, is free of all that. So how am I going to use pratyaksha? I cannot taste it, I cannot see it, I cannot hear it. Gone pratyaksha, we have to write pratyaksha and put a line across it, okay? No pratyaksha. Then what's next? The two anumanas. And we know how it went for Descartes. What did Descartes say? I think, therefore I am. Thankfully he reversed himself. He was clever, he was a very intelligent person. At the end of his life he said, I am, that's why I can think. Then why did you say, I think therefore I am? Because he would have said, I put day cart before day horse. This is what happens when you do that. Yeah. So, upside down thinking. So, it's not that you think and therefore you are. So, Anumana, one step Anumana, two step Arthapatti, two step Anumana, all of them gone. Inference, Atma is not something to be inferred. The I cannot be inferred. Why? Because it is the nature and the content of the inferer. Inferer cannot be inferred, seer cannot be seen, hearer cannot be heard. It's not an object, it is you, the subject. Okay, then what else is left? Upama, Atma is like ... What shall we compare it to? Shakespeare had an easier time. He could write, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? He could write in the sonnet. But the Vedanta poets break their heads trying to find some kind of a comparison for the Atma. They cannot. How many Atmas are there? One. And it is unlike anything else. It is incomparable because it's the only source of sentiency there is. It is sentience, it is you. How many yous are there? How many eyes are there? Only one eye. No, but there are so many people in the room. Yes, the I in you, the I in he, the I in she, the I in me is all one I alone. This is Pramana Vichara. And so therefore, I have to let go. We have already let go of the last one. What was that? Anupalabdhi. We made short shrift of it right in the beginning, saying, since we cannot negate the negator, Anupalabdhi is not a pramana because Atma is not missing ever and it's not absent from any situation at any time, in any place. It is there in all places. So Anupalabdhi, the absence of the cognition of absence does not apply here. How are you going to know the Atma? This is Pramana Vichara. How should I know? Oh, I should ask somebody. What will you get? You are already Swayam confused. And then you will ask somebody else on the road, what is Atma? And whatever will say, they will say, will add to your confusion, and then you will share what you know, and then it will add to their confusion also. Swayam confused, Anyan confusayanti janaha. They confuse all other people. There's just a mass of confusion, there's nothing else. And therefore the Shastra has to be brought in as a special pair of glasses which can enable me to see something that the other pramanas failed. All the other pramanas have failed. In fact, they have low self-esteem because they have failed. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. That's what the Taittiriya Upanishad says. Speech and mind said, oh, we are going to conquer Brahman and bring him back. Bring him back to you. Oh, really? Yes. They went. They tried. Every other place they go, they just were like this. I came, I saw, I conquered. But here, they could not do that. That's how, that's how Julius Caesar also learned all this. I came, I saw, I conquered. So, here, you can't see, you can't conquer. Why? Because it is you. So they came back with their heads hung in shame. They said, we have failed in our task. The mind said, I cannot conceptualize Brahman even though I am sitting in meditation and waiting for Brahman to appear. All that appears is just some bubbles from the past. That's all appears when I sit in meditation. Nothing else appears. Speech said, I have written about everything. But I can't write about Brahman, how he looks, what it's like, what it is, what she is like, what he is like, what it is like. I cannot write about it at all. I give up. The mumukshu who has given up is the one who is in this hall, ready for Pramana Vichara, ready to put on a pair of glasses or a pair of eyes to see that which is not Pramana Siddha. Pramana Siddha means established by a Pramana. This is how I started this whole discussion, is that everything in this universe is established by a Pramana. Everything that you can objectify, except for one thing, which is the one who is free of needing a Pramana to be existent. Who is that? Me, myself. I'm the only one who doesn't need anything. I'm the only one who doesn't need to be established. Even the Shastra cannot establish me. Oh, then why am I studying the Shastra? The Shastra just removes the wrong conclusions connected to me. I am an idiot. That the Shastra removes. I am no good. I am unloved. I never understand this. I am hopeless. I have all these issues. This is what the Shastra removes. And the self-being, the self-shining self, it just shines. The Shastra does not drill the head and put new knowledge. No, it's already there. It's you. This is how we have to do Pramana Vichara. Everything in the universe, Pramana Siddha, established by a Pramana, by a means of knowledge. I am the only one that is not established by a means of knowledge. Svata Siddha. Yet the confusion is centered on me. That is already the self-revealing self. How is that possible? That's how. And therefore, there seem to be two kinds of entities, at least two, maybe many, okay, yeah. At least two kinds of entities in every single person. What are the entities? Non-demanding, appreciative, compassionate, tranquil, calm, and then objective, contented person. Who doesn't want to be that? Raise their hands. No. If anybody raised their hands, I would say, please see me after class. But thankfully, nobody raised their hands. Everybody wants to be that. You ask in any language, would you like to be this? Yes. But here's the trick. You can never want something that you don't know. Even if you desire something in Mars, this curiosity keeps sending photographs, very nice photographs. Now curiosity has its dada there, a new one. What is the new rover's name? Perseverance or something like that. Perseverance, before Perseverance came, curiosity used to send us photos. It sometimes sent a selfie also, it sent a photo of itself. And then it would say that this is what is in Mars. So far it has not said much. Wherever you look, red earth, red earth, red earth, red, 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 everywhere. That's why it's red planet. But supposing in between the red earth was the shining big bar of gold. Right? How long does it take to fly to Mars, even if that is possible? You can't come back. There is no return trip. You have to go relocate there, that's all. If you make the journey. That's all it is. So the desire comes only when I know something is there. If I don't know that something is there, then there is no desire at all. There was one movie where in some place in Africa, I forgot the name of the movie, and in some place in Africa, they did not know anything, including Coca-Cola bottle, and somebody threw one from the helicopter flying overhead. One Coca-Cola bottle. What was that name? God must be crazy. Yes, God must be crazy. There. They did not know what it was. Some people used it to print their cloths, like nice polka dots they got. and the women said, give that to me. And grinding masala with that. They were grinding their food with that. All these things. They didn't know what it was. But once they got it, the supposedly peaceful hamlet of people suddenly started to have so many conflicts because the desire grew with the knowledge. But here, how do I want to know? This is my question to all of you. How do you want to know that how do you say that I want to be a non-demanding, contented, appreciative, objective, fulfilled, compassionate and accommodative person? How do you say that? If you don't know that, you cannot say that. If you knew that, none of you would be here because you would be busy enjoying yourself. Why would you come? Why would you come to learn about something you already knew? So therefore, about the self, there is neither total knowledge nor there is total ignorance. I know I am, yes. Please don't ask the next question. Ramana Maharshi's favorite question. What is that? Who are you? Who am I? Don't ask. Because then the answers will come. Idiot, donkey, monkey, everything the primary scare givers called me. This is what it will be. So, this is something which I have found very interesting because the desire to know the self is there because somewhere at some point in time, in some way, the self is understood. I cannot desire for something I do not know, therefore it must be somehow known, somewhat known. And it is also known in sleep as free of everything. I know the self in sleep as free of all pain, sorrows, fears, etc. I know the self even during waking state. I don't have to go to sleep all the time to be happy. Even during the waking state, one can be happy. All it takes is a joke. Pujya Swamiji would tell one joke to illustrate this. He would say, I told a joke in class. Everybody laughed except one person. This man did not laugh. After 1 week, he came to me, laughing his head off. Swamiji, he could barely control himself. He was laughing so much. Swamiji, Swamiji, Swamiji. What? You know, after 1 week, today, standing under the shower, I understood the joke. I'm laughing because finally I understood your joke. It's a fantastic joke. Swamiji said, what is it that you understood, my dear fellow? And then he explained what he understood. Then Swamiji started to laugh. And now, hearing this, we are laughing without even knowing the joke. 4 laughters for one joke which we still don't know what the joke is. Now what happened? What happened just now to the credit card debt? What happened just now to all the worries, fears, sorrows, pains? What happened? All gone? Or at least suspended in the moment it is not there? If this kind of a vyabhichara is there, then vyabhichara contradiction. This vyabhichara, the antidote to this vyabhichara is Pramana Vichara. This is Pramana Vichara. Therefore, I have to do this inquiry. And so our first stop on the Moksha Express will be the Kathopanishad. Ritam pibantau, you can repeat, it will be fun. Ritam pibantau sukrutasya loke guham pravishhtau parame parardhe chaya tapau brahmavido vadanti ye cha pranachiketaha. Yeah, this is a wonderful mantra from the Kathopanishad. Our first stop. Ding ding, we have stopped. Okay? Yes. This is our first stop on the Moksha Express. First stop on the Pramana Vichara train. What does it say? Very cryptic verse, but wonderful. And then it says here that two people have been drinking. Two people are drinking. Where? After having entered a cave, this is sounding very, very, suspicious. Are we dealing with addiction issues or what is going on here? Yes, we are dealing with addiction issues because they go on drinking, they go on drinking, they go on drinking. What are they drinking? Ritam. What is ritam? Ritam has many meanings. Here it means the avashyam bhavitvat ritam. Karma phalani ritam iti uchyate. So karma phalas. Karma cocktail they are drinking. Little bit of papa, little bit of punya. Or a lot of papa and a little bit of punya. Cocktail mixed. Who is the bartender? Chitragupta. Yeah. Chitragupta is the deity, is in charge of Papa Punya, merits and demerits. So, nicely shaken up, puts it, and then here. And the person takes a long sip, very bitter, rotten, terrible smell, pungent, rotten smell, yuck. This is terrible. And suddenly one sweet taste comes. Oh, and the person is hooked for that wonderful sweet taste which comes once every 10 years. The person is hooked to this drink called karma cocktail. But wait, person? No, persons. Pibantau, it's in dual. Two people are drinking. Two people are drinking and two people are sinking at the same time as they are drinking because they are getting more and more depressed. It's not happy hour. It's happy hour for the bartender because he makes money. It's not happy hour for anybody else. Drinking and sinking. Suddenly supposing, let's say this cavern, this cavern, wherever they are hiding in a cave and drinking. You see, this is something illegal about it. Let's say there is no liquor license. Then what happens? There is a raid. And then everybody is caught in this raid. Pibantau, the two people are caught. Then after administering breathalyzer test and all, one of them is set free. Pibantau, question mark, are the two of them drinking? No, only one is drinking. The other one gets pulled in because of the company it unfortunately keeps. This is what? This is the mantra. Really? Ritam pibantau, two people are drinking or experiencing or attached to and drawing from their karma phala, hoping to increase pleasant experiences and eschewing the unpleasant experiences. And then what? And then sukrutasya means good karma. They are addicted to the good karma, the results of good karma. And then where are they drinking? Guham pravishtav, after having entered a cave. But Brahmavidah, the people who know, Brahmavidah, the people who know, some feedback here, I don't know why. So the people who know this, what do they know? The people who know that there is the people who know Pramana, the truth of the self. People who know this Pramana, people who know this Pramana Vichara, the truth of the self, what do they say? They say this is Chaya and Atapa. It's a play of shade and light. It's just one person. It's the one person along with her shadow. Can you count two? No. If you go to your friend's house, you say, please make 2 cups of tea, one for me, one for my shadow. Hopefully nobody will say that. If you say that, then you won't have a friend's house to go to. It won't happen suddenly, but eventually it will happen like that. Nobody will say, come for tea. Nobody will say that at all. Okay? So, Vitam Pibantau, 2. But really speaking, it's only one. Because if I am drinking, look, here's the shadow right here. If I am drinking the results of my karma, I am experiencing it, what the shadow also appears to be drinking, correct? So, one is Jiva and the other one is what? Ishvara. Oh, both of them? Yes. And what is this guha? The guha is a cave. What is the cave? Cave of the heart. Antahkaranam guha iti uchyate. The antahkarana is called guha. It's a cave of the heart. It's hidden because it is out of view. It is a personal thing here. I am addicted to the fruits of my actions, and I keep wanting to increase the results of the actions, and therefore I keep increasing the actions, because without action how can I have result of action? So I keep increasing the action, hoping to get some sweet drink, sweet effects. Like the person who entered this hot chili pepper eating contest. And then he was on fire, his head was on fire, everything was on fire. Then he had this huge bowl of ice cream. And then he kept saying, where is the ice cream? The ice cream is not, only heartburn I am getting. I am not getting the effects of the ice cream. Ice cream is what? Punya. Punya comes as a result of Bhagavan, because Punya is gift wrapped, Papa is gift wrapped. You don't have a way over when to enjoy Punya, when to suffer from the Papa. It's not in our hands. And so therefore here, who is the one who drinks? Who is addicted to karma phala? Jiva. Jiva means the one, the complaining one. Remember, you know, what is that? Objective, non-demanding, free, compassionate, objective, approving, contented, happy person. Not drinking karma phala. Okay? Why? No need for karma phala. No need for results of action. Who is addicted to the results of action? The demanding, subjective, feeling small, feeling very, what's the word for it? Feeling very left out, feeling unloved, feeling all the one who is feeling all this. That is the one who feels that I have to gain something from my actions. I have to gain something from this world. I have to gain something from God. I have to gain something from others. This is the discontented one and the contented one are occupying the same space in the heart. Really? Two? There are two? Discontented and contented? Broken and whole? Really? No. How many are there? One. Did the Upanishad make a counting mistake? No. And why does the Upanishad say two? The Upanishad says two because we think it is two. We don't know which person is going to come out tomorrow. Angry one or the calm one? keep guessing. Objective one or the subjective one? I don't know. Depressed one or the happy one? Don't know. Intolerant one or the accommodative one? Don't know. But actually it's the same person. Chaya atapo brahmavido vadanti. The people who know say this, say as much. This is Chaya, this is a shadow. The one who is, the one who is, it's a shadow gone rogue, actually. It's a shadow that feels sorry for itself, and it feels victimized, and it feels like nobody loves it, and oh no, what to do? This is the shadow. We have eaten wonderful things at this station. We have gained some nice insights that the two are really speaking one, as though two. Now we go to the next stop, Mundaka-Upanishad. Wonder what kinds of victuals, Vedantic victuals, we will get to sample here. This we will see after a 10-minute break. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.